Hey guys, so today we're gonna get the corn planter out of the shed, bring it over to the shop. Want to check over everything so we're ready for spring. We got our 7220 hood back. The neighbor welded this up for us. This plastic was all broken, so we got that fixed. Looks good. Gonna have to maneuver some equipment. We're gonna have to get the spreader out of the way, I'm afraid. That truck over there is delivering molasses right now. Last winter we did a bunch of work with this planter. Everything was still working when we stopped in the spring, but yeah, there's always some things you could be missing or things are about to break. The garage door in our shop is 16 feet wide, and this is a 6-row 30-inch planter, so it'd be a 15-foot planter technically. But we have to take the marker arms off the sides to get it through the garage door. I gotta get the impact, and we're gonna just pull some bolts out of the side marker arms there, disconnect the hydraulic hoses. So last year we put this system right here in for 2x2 nitrogen. It knives it in inside of this one gauge wheel in each row. Want to look over those, make sure those are adjusted correctly. Check the disc sizes. The guy we bought these from last year, he might actually stop in and just check on things, make sure everything's looking right. It'd be kind of nice to have somebody else look at it that knows a little bit more than me. I'm still learning how to maintain these planters properly. The weather's really warming up now. We've had a lot of cold weather, some snow. Everything's melting today. Got a bit of a mess out here. We actually just chopped hay this morning. I had the custom hay chopper here. We actually have a couple guys here. They're installing a fan in our heifer barn. I'll have to show you that in a little bit then. I'm gonna measure across this disc. These slowly wear out. You need to replace them once they get down to a certain diameter. The fan guys are finished. My dad just threw some bedding in this barn. But so we had 2 ceiling fans in here. We just added a 3rd one. Got these Amera wind fans. We've been really happy with these. We had 2 on the older end and thought we ought to have 1 more in here to finish the barn out. It's 44 degrees out right now, so the fans aren't running, but we got this automatic controller from auto vent. Turn that on now, so once we get up to I think 50 degrees is where we have it set to start running slowly. They're variable speed fans. They do a really good job. They dry the bedding out. The animals like them, keeps them cool. In the past, we never had fans for our heifers because they don't get heat stress as bad as the milk cows. You don't know if it's necessary, but we found they really like having those fans running. We think it's worth the investment. Our hope is in the fall when the weather's changing so much, we get up to 60+ degrees during the day. It'll keep their fur dried out so they don't sweat once they're getting that winter coat, and then it gets cool at night and we could have issues with health from that, I think. So I think the fans will help prevent some of those problems. The afternoon milking is going now, and I got the little skid loader with the manure bucket on it. I'm gonna scrape these slats up. Last week we were down well below freezing. Got some snow, that's all melting. Things are thawing out. We'd shut our floor scrapers down because the manure was freezing up. These don't work in the cold. So now everything's thawed out enough to run them, but I like to scrape the majority of the manure out to get them started because they're not really built to deal with all of that bedding especially. And the manure just builds up that first time around. This will be really quick. Just scrape over it with a skid loader and then we can start the automatic scrapers. I gotta open up these gates so I can drive the whole way down through. We had relatively cold weather the last week. It got down around 15 degrees a couple of the nights. Nothing crazy cold, but cold enough that the slats weren't working well. We came through just 2 different times and scraped it out with a skid loader to get the ice out of here. We're in southern Pennsylvania, so we don't get extreme cold too often. It's usually not more than a couple weeks out of the winter that the slats aren't working. We'll let this first group out of their return lane. Now I'm gonna start this robot up with my phone. They're built to run about every hour, so that way there's never a big buildup. We really like this cleanliness. When the cows are walking up to the beds, they're not dragging any manure up onto the stalls, and it definitely makes a difference in the cleanliness. And I think even the front feet carrying some manure up into that front shavings. We pile extra shavings in the front, and that's what we're pulling from to use to cover the back section every milking. You know, if their front feet are dragging manure up there, it's starting to build up a bacterial load in that shavings. And even for my sake, walking in here, working on the cows, being able to walk in with regular work shoes, not having to have rubber boots on, it's just a nice thing. I'll scrape the other half of the barn then once pens 3 and 4 are out of here. As you can see, we have quite a buildup of pen manure stacked. We got the cold weather last week, but the problem was we got snow, so it wasn't really fit to haul. We did haul some out in the fields, but not everything. Next winter it's going to be a little different though. We have a plan going forward, so we're not going to have to pile manure outside. More on that in the future. There's 3 calf pens we want to clean out now this afternoon, so I'm going to take the tractor and spreader over there. Our calf barn's starting to get pretty full. I think we have room for 1 calf in this building yet. Yeah, so 1 can go in there, then we got to switch over to this side, which we don't have cleaned out. We'll get these 3 pens cleaned, and then Megan will pressure wash them soon. I snuck over and scraped the other side of that barn already, so that's done as well. I'm just gonna park this in the shed. I just drove over to our dairy nutrition company, picked up some mineral they had for me. Well, I actually went to get this. They had this extra chopper they were trying to get rid of. We use this for checking corn in the fall, see how dry it is for harvest. Wasn't really looking to buy one, but if I can get a free one, I'll take it, so it's gonna be nice. It's a wood chipper, I guess, but works good for corn stalks. Okay. just some mineral we use for the dry cows. And then a box of colostrum powder. Sometimes cows don't have enough colostrum. We need a powder for them. Been using this stuff for a while. It seems to work pretty well. So yeah, you want to get a new calf 4 quarts of its mom's milk within 2 hours of birth. That's ideal. Say at least within 6 hours. Sometimes a cow doesn't have milk, or cow freshens right after milking. We'll just mix up some powder. It's time to feed the cows now, so I'm just checking the troughs. I'm gonna go around, sweep the edges a little bit, and I just like to see how much they're actually eating. Also wanted to check on the robot scrapers and see if they're doing their job. Looks like they're working. Just love the cleanliness that those scrapers bring. I just need to load the silage. We are just about at the back of this bunker. A couple feet from the back wall, so we're mixing silage from the new one already. I'm just gonna haul 2,500 pounds from the other bunker, and then we'll get the rest from this one. Alright guys, that'll be it for today. I've been taking a little bit easy with the YouTube filming. Things are kind of slow this month. We are planning to start up a project pretty soon, so next video should be about that topic. So thanks a lot for watching guys, I really appreciate it. See you in the next one.